We live in an era of constant mental challenges, games that often we don't realize we're playing. Whether in social interactions, work, or our personal relationships, we are constantly immersed in a complex web of emotional manipulation. For example, these games can be as simple as deciding to keep calm while someone provokes us, or as complex as having to deal with peer pressure in a toxic work environment. In all these situations, exercising our emotional resilience is crucial to protect our well-being and maintain our mental sanity. This leads us to the purpose of this video and why we are here today, to offer you an emotional resilience tool to face and overcome these mental games. A tool rooted in the depths of ancient philosophy, the philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism may seem like a distant and arcane concept at first glance, but as we will see, it is an incredibly practical and current philosophy. It provides efficient approaches to dealing with life's challenges, especially when it comes to developing emotional resilience. Our goal in this video is to give you, viewer, a detailed map to think and act like a Stoic, and thus be able to see beyond these mental games and effectively deal with them. By refining our ability to maintain calm and mental serenity amid turbulence, we are able to make better decisions and cope with life's ups and downs properly. This not only makes us more resilient, but also makes us grow as individuals and as members of society. Stay with us as we embark on this fascinating journey into the world of Stoicism and explore real, practical strategies to strengthen our emotional resilience. Remember the motto of our channel: in silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. And in this video, we want to show exactly that. The wisdom of the Stoics and the power of learning through silence and contemplation to become the best we can be. So, let's go. Follow us on this path, and we will discover together how the ancient lessons of Stoic wisdom still have much to teach today. Assuming emotion is a universal language, any profile of people, regardless of their age, gender, occupation, cultural backgrounds, or sexual orientation, can potentially be affected by emotional manipulations. From the child lured by candy, to the elderly subject to fraudulent scams on the internet, from the woman exposed to gaslighting in a love relationship, to the executive who succumbs to the stress of pressure for results. Whether it's burning like a flame or cold as ice, emotion is a force present in us all, a thread that connects humanity in a powerful way. While this force can often illuminate our existence, it can also, if poorly managed or exploited, lead to detrimental outcomes. To face this situation comes the common and harmful problem of emotional manipulation, present in many aspects of life in society. This theme can be interpreted in various ways, such as in the form of fights that use inflamed words to provoke feelings of guilt, fear, or inferiority in someone. It can arise as moral harassment in the workplace, where a superior uses their authority to intimidate and control their subordinates. It can be seen in advertising campaigns that appeal to our insecurity and desire for acceptance to impact our purchasing decisions. Take the example of a particularly astute marketer who creates an advertisement for a particular product. The ad is cleverly designed to make you feel that without this product you are somehow incomplete, inadequate. The emotional appeal is powerful, subliminal, and before you realize it, you find yourself in the store, money in hand, ready to acquire the product that you believe will fill that gap. Or still, in a more subtle perspective, let's discuss the daily interactions with toxic people who are experts in emotional manipulation. These are individuals who know how to touch your emotional wounds, making you feel selfish or insensitive for setting healthy boundaries. This is a form of manipulation that triggers guilt and doubt, leaving us in a constant state of anxiety and discomfort. Complex human nature, present emotional manipulation. How can we overcome these challenges? This is where an ancient but very relevant practice fits perfectly: Stoicism. But before we delve into this, always remember, in silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. Entering now into one of the most challenging and interesting parts of our video, let's address an ancient philosophy, but still current: Stoicism. This philosophy of life, although widely used by the ancient Greeks and Romans, provides concrete solutions to extremely modern problems, such as emotional manipulation. To better understand its applicability, let's start by explaining, what is Stoicism? It is a school of thought that teaches us to deal with life's adversities, focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. Its basis lies in the idea that external circumstances should never dictate our internal well-being. But you must be wondering, how can Stoicism guide us in the midst of so many challenges and other people's games that we are exposed to daily? Let's explore this answer together. Stoicism can train our mind and our heart to be more resilient and less influenced by others' games. It teaches us to question our automatic reactions, thinking before responding impulsively to provocation. Another important aspect of Stoicism is that it encourages us to focus on what is within our control, making us less vulnerable to emotional manipulation. The Stoic philosophy proposes not only greater control over our actions, but also over our own emotions. It leads us to a point of emotional balance in order to avoid jumping to hasty conclusions and allowing other people to pull our emotional strings. With our journey down the path of Stoicism started, always remember, consistent practice leads to mastery. It is in the daily training that we strengthen our character and emotional resilience. Knowing this is the first step in the battle against emotional manipulation and the victorious journey towards emotional freedom and peace of mind. In the next chapter, we will delve even deeper into this philosophy of life, presenting 7 practical strategies of Stoicism that you can apply in your everyday life. Don't forget, in silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. Your path to self-knowledge and personal development is just beginning. We now enter the eagerly awaited part of our video, where we will explore the 7 Stoic strategies. The legacy of these tactics lies in the teachings of great Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. The first strategy is called control of impressions. In the words of Epictetus, it's not the things that bother us, but our interpretation of things. In modern times, this strategy helps us recognize that not everything is as bad as it initially seems. Next, we have acceptance of the nature of things. Stoic Marcus Aurelius once said, "Accept what happens because the very nature of the universe wishes it." This strategy encourages us to accept things as they are, rather than as we would like them to be, helping us avoid unnecessary frustrations and preoccupations. The third strategy is called rehearsal of adversities. Stoic Seneca encourages us to practice it, involving a mental practice of preparing for adverse events. This tool is powerful to reduce the impact of unexpected negative events. Not far from this third is the fourth strategy, the exercise of detachment. Inspired by Epictetus, it teaches us not to be slaves to our desires and emotions, an advice that's worth gold in this age of consumerism and instant pleasures. In sequence comes the strategy of living the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, wise as always, quoted, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it living one day at a time." This strategy is useful for those who tend to dwell in the past or worry excessively about the future. The sixth strategy, treated as the attitude of the cosmopolitan, teaches us about compassion and community. It was believed that we are all citizens of the world, which leads us to be more compassionate and understanding with others. Lastly, we have the Stoic strategy of morphology, which encourages us to see problems from a new perspective, emphasis given by Epictetus. Instead of focusing on the problem itself, he instructs us to pay attention to the way we are thinking about the problem. As you can see, these 7 Stoic strategies are the treasure left by these philosophers from past times that still assist us in the journey of emotional resilience today. They are not mystical and difficult to achieve or understand tools, but practical tools that can be applied in our everyday life. Next, we will delve into how each strategy can be applied in daily life. And as always, we remember, in silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. Realize how the power of Stoic philosophy can reshape your daily life is truly motivating, whether it's dissolving internal conflicts or managing stressful situations. The Stoic strategies are equally effective. Let's dig deeper into clear and relevant examples to illustrate how each Stoic strategy can be applied in real situations, particularly in the puzzles of mental games. To start, imagine facing a manipulative coworker. Instead of consuming yourself in feelings of frustration or anger, apply the first Stoic strategy. It teaches to distinguish between what is in your control and what is not. No doubt his or her actions are out of your reach, but controlling your own reaction is totally in your hands. Instead of losing your cool, you maintain composure. In a different context, but equally challenging, think of a situation where you're under pressure to make a quick but unsure decision. It could be the choice of a college course, buying a car, or a relationship. At this moment, the third Stoic strategy comes to the rescue. It teaches to keep focus on the present. With this strategy, you become aware of your emotions, dismantle the fear of the future, and can make more balanced and thoughtful decisions. Now, let me shed light on the effects these strategies can have on your life. In the short term, they promise peace of mind and emotional clarity. You begin to perceive certain situations more clearly and objectively, which eliminates much of the unnecessary stress and fears. However, the real magic of Stoicism happens in the long term. With constant practice, these strategies not only transform the way you react to daily situations, but also have the power to change the way you perceive the world. You will become more resilient, calmer, and above all, wiser. Challenges and setbacks will no longer easily knock you down. You will learn how to perfect the art of indifference in the face of adversity. Therefore, Stoic strategies have immeasurable value when adopted in your everyday life. Sunday afternoon at the supermarket line, or in an important conversation with a friend, the situations of application are endless. The relevance of these strategies extends beyond the walls of classical philosophy and settles in the core of modern life's human situations. We hope that by delving into the world of Stoicism, you start to see tangible changes in your life. And remember our channel's motto: in silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. Enjoy this wisdom and apply it consistently on your path towards self-improvement. Now let's move on to the next and final chapter, where we will make a brief recap of the Stoic strategies we explored together. Get ready for the conclusion of this Stoic journey. Throughout this video, we've delved deeply into the practice of Stoicism and the potential benefits it can bring to everyday life. The Stoic strategies we discussed, from identifying misguided ideas to be countered, to embracing adversity as an opportunity for personal development, have undeniable practical utility. Each of them can be a tool in combating the mental game and self-deception we often face in our everyday lives. But remember that true mastery comes from constant practice. Stoic strategies are not magic solutions, but tools to help us overcome challenges and adversity. Adopting them as part of our daily routine allows us to maximize their benefits and promote lasting changes in the way we think and act. The possibility of change, of being better versions of ourselves, is real, Incorporating Stoicism into our daily life is a tried and tested way to become more resilient, more stable, and ultimately more content. Let's grow together on this fascinating journey of discovery and self-development. Inspiring and motivating you is our goal, but remember, real growth begins and ends with you. Thus, we encourage you to explore and practice these Stoic strategies, observing your own progress and achievements. This is your personal challenge. And as you walk it, carry with you our motto, which summarizes the essence of what we've addressed. In silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. Be resilient, be stoic. And now we want to hear from you. Share your experiences and any questions you may have in the comments below. We want this channel to be a space for an uplifting conversation, where we can all learn and grow together. And if you think this content can be helpful to more people, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and invite others to do the same. Last but not least, watch other videos on the channel to keep learning. Always remember our motto: in silence, we learn. In wisdom, we grow. Together, we can create a strong and resilient community.